Hello folks, coming up next is something interesting. What's the dumbest reason you ever got hurt? I put on a Tigger costume when I was little and thought I could bounce on his tail, jumped off my dresser and broke my tailbone. I did something slightly similar. I jumped off the top of my bunk bed and tried to swing around a ceiling fan. I blame misinforming children's television lol. Seriously. I thought if they could do it I could do it, ha ha ha. My brother had a turtle. He would take it out of its pen from time to time and let it roam the yard. I watched it chomp on some grass. I picked it up and was feeding it grass, amazed at how clean it chopped the grass. So I stuck my finger in its mouth. Turn out it hurts really bad. I didn't want to hurt the guy, so I had to suffer through it until he let go. He pulled his head into his shell so I couldn't pull my finger out. Finally he let go. Long story short, don't stick your fingies where you wouldn't stick your dinghy. I once kissed a reflection of myself on the outside of a metal toaster while in use, and seriously burned my lips. Technically my first kiss. In the machine shop in college, a guy had just finished welding a piece and decided it was cool enough to touch. I don't know why, it was flaming red 5 seconds ago. Takes off his gloves and grabs the vise handle with one hand and the part with the other. Burned the absolute piss out of himself. The shop soup comes over, had a look around and then, like a disappointed parent, says, "Hot metal looks just like cold metal, don't it?" Absolutely savage, and the guy was lucky to get away with just some burn cream and a bandage. Powdered Drano, shredded aluminum foil, rubbing alcohol, and a match. Set my 12-year-old head on fire. Jesus. I hope you didn't get hurt too bad. One time my brother lit my hair on fire. But he did me the favor of slapping out the flames when I turned and said, "Why does my head feel warm?" Biggest loss was the thin mustache puberty had given me. Sad to see it burned off. I cut myself. On my carpet. To this day I still have no idea how it happened. Probably like a single carpet tack nail sticking up through the carpet. Maybe. I couldn't find anything, so maybe I just need to mow the carpet. I understand that many wax it, but I suppose mowing would work. A few years ago I woke up, went to the bathroom, and was wiping my donkey when I pulled my neck. Still not sure how, but it happened. I just felt the pull and had an enormous pain. Went to the doctor, who gave me anti-inflammatory injections and had to use a collar for a weekend. I used to tell people I fall. I would too. I had the opposite. During a large BM, my back, which had been aching for days, actually popped and stopped hurting afterwards. In a bad mood one morning at work. Went to take a poop. First wipe, the toilet paper hangs up on the dispenser and won't tear. I mutter, "Oh, god damn it," and give it a vigorous yank. Of course the toilet paper rips, and I've done it with enough force where I punch myself in the face and give myself a spectacular bloody nose. That's some pretty stout toilet paper. Did it have a picture of a lumberjack on the package? Public service announcement. Never use paper towels as toilet paper. It will damage your plumbing and cause havoc at the sewage plant. Age 3, we were visiting my mum's hometown in England to see relatives when a black wasp or something managed to get in my sock, and my mum put the socks on me. It stung me for a good 2 minutes straight, and even though I was so young I will never forget how painful it was and how guilty my mum felt that she didn't check the sock. Wasps are awful. The only time I've ever been stung by a wasp, I was literally in a doctor's office. The nurse was about to give me a vaccination, and as she was preparing it the wasp came through the window, and we both stood up to get away from it. The striped bastard hid for long enough that we thought it had left without us seeing, then as I took a step back to my chair it got me on the back of the knee, and then flew right out the window. As I'd never been stung before, she couldn't give me the jab, because she wanted to know, if I had a bad reaction, whether it was a reaction to the jab or the sting. Sensible, but inconvenient. Got involved in a bar fight because a friend of a friend called someone else gay in an argument over the jukebox, then ended up getting hit with the pool cue they'd taken from the friend. Had to be told later why I'd been suckered, and that one of the guys had flashed a pistol. Ended up getting a girlfriend out of it, but then we broke up and she had some other guy's kid. 10 years later we hooked up again, and I married her, and now I'm divorced, so really the them to good use. Good lord, that was quite a roller coaster. I none paragraph. We all live his life. Great story. I walked into a door forgetting to actually open it. Resulted in a bloody nose. First night sleeping over at new boyfriend's apartment. Went to go to the bathroom in the wee hours, no pun intended, but to my dad joke brain that's actually quite funny. Door seemed completely open because of streetlights and reflections, but was actually ajar. Walked into it at the speed you walk when you have absolute confidence there's nothing in your way. Saw stars. Went to the bathroom in disbelief at what had just happened. Came back, carefully, to the bedroom and went to sleep. Woke up in the morning to him staring at me from his pillow, which I thought was laughably creepy for a split second until he asked, "When did you get a black eye?" Right as my nose began throbbing at the exact same moment, and it all came screaming back to me. Circle birthday cake. I lit the candles on the outside first. Burnt my wrists/forearms trying to light the candles in the middle. This wins. Probably not the most painful, but definitely the dumbest. Bonus points if you just gritted your teeth and finished lighting the candles. I dunno man. I got ran over by a car that I was driving. I cut myself by eating a round candy. I've done that. I felt stupid too. Leaned too far back with my chair and past the point of no return. This is what the teachers had been warning us about for years. I'm just going to leave this gif of me doing that very thing at the age of 16. You're welcome. I fractured 2 metatarsals in my foot and currently I am in a boot riding a knee scooter. I was walking. Just walking. Not running, not playing sports, not kicking a rock. Just walking. I was born with glass bones and paper skin. I lie awake at night and wait for my heart attacks to put me to sleep. You probably. Do you want to buy some chocolate? I was playing dodgeball in middle school when a ball flew near my leg. You see, it landed about 4 feet away from me, but that didn't stop me from overreacting. My leg kind of spazzed out and I ended up kneeing myself in the face while I had braces on. I cut up the inside of my mouth, swelled up my lips, and lied to the nurse and just said that I got hit by a ball. I have a similar story. We were playing a variation of dodgeball where you lay on the ground when you're hit and someone in your team has to reeze you. I was getting reezed and so I was getting up just as I saw a ball coming towards me, so I quickly went back down to dodge it. It turns out the ground was a lot closer than I thought. So I bashed the side of my head into the ground pretty hard. I was making caramel by melting sugar in a pan. As it was cooling down I was wondered if it solidified already, so I poked it with my finger. Second-degree burns are not fun. First thing I learnt in commercial kitchens. Sugar can burn the devil. Sugar is actually even worse than oil because of how it behaves on surfaces. You know. Like your skin. Getting ran over by 1,000 pounds of water jugs on a pallet while working a couple years ago. It took my toenail off but didn't break the bone. I'm glad it wasn't too serious. I feel like I'd rather have a broken toe than a ripped off toenail. But perhaps I've seen too many movies where they rip off people's toenails as a form of torture and I go, damn, that looks awful. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.